And hello everybody, we're live, and this is obviously the Europa League last 16 draw. The famous Glasgow Rangers, we're here to see mainly who the famous Glasgow Rangers get. However, we'll be keeping an eye on other teams as well, such as Ajax, Manchester United, Tottenham, Arsenal, to name a few. But guys, as always, not a match, but just smash the old like button. Let's try and get this one up to try and get this one up to 20 likes. We're about 15 minutes away from the draw being made. But yeah, good to see some regular faces in here. Just hit the old like button, guys, and I might get maybe a bit of tunes on in the background. Yeah, as I said, still buzzing from last night. Rangers obviously went through for Royal Antwerp. It was a good game. I'm glad that we managed to get the job done. That was the main thing. We played ever so well. Two seconds. Let me just change my Wi-Fi over. 2 seconds. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Sorry about that then, guys. In the old live chat, good to see Glasgow. Morning, Dan, says Aldo. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see everybody here. Wish Man City had done the second leg. Yeah, sorry for the slight lag at the start there. It should be back to normal now. I just had to change over the old Wi-Fi. But here we go, guys. I'm going to go through the teams that are in the competition, go through some of the scores last night, and then see what happens. What time is the draw at? It's in around 13 minutes, I think. So you'll see it then. Good to see you, Kyle. Good to see you, Blue Sea of Ibrox. Good to see you, Leanne. Good to see you, Rangers. We are the people. And good to see Edith. Lucky there's some Arsenal fans in there. I think Rangers, a bit of tension between Rangers and Arsenal. I think Rangers fans kind of want to test themselves against the big boys down south. But let me have a little look who's in the tie, guys, and I'll go through who they actually beat anyway. So the first team that's in the tie that Rangers could possibly get, I'll do it from a neutral perspective. But Ajax are in the competition. They beat Lille last night 4-2 on aggregate. I mean, Ajax is one of them teams, European royalty that you just want to avoid. I mean, they nearly got to a Champions League final a couple of years ago. They got to the final of this competition, I think, back in 2017. Man United beat them. So, they're probably one of the big boys in the competition, so it's a team to probably avoid. Guys, just smash the like button. Let's try and get to 25 likes if we can, guys. Keep hitting the old like button. Anyway, next team that's in the competition is Arsenal. Aubameyang with a late goal last night on the 87th minute. Because for all I thought Arsenal were going to get knocked out again. I thought they were going to be upset at this round yet again, with Benfica nearly going through on away goals, but Arsenal haven't made their way through, and it's a team that Rangers fans are kind of really wanting to test themselves against. Arsenal can be very inconsistent. However, this is a competition that Mikel Arteta and Arsenal have kind of been favourites in ever since they left the Champions League and started playing in this competition. So they need to go and get. So they are one of the favourites, and they're going to be a hard team no matter what. The third team that's in the competition is Molde. Molde beat Hoffenheim 2-0 last night, but 5-3 on aggregate. A lot's been made about Molde. I mean, Molde look probably like the underdogs. However, they're definitely not the easiest team to go up against. The last team, another team that's in the competition is Granada from Spain. They beat Napoli 3-2 on aggregate. For those wanting to know as well, Glasgow Rangers. For those of you that aren't a Rangers fan, I'll tell you a bit about Rangers in Europe. Obviously, some big teams might be licking their lips and going, "Oh, a Scottish team." However, Rangers have something about them in Europe. Currently unbeaten in Europe this season. So yeah, it could prove to be a very hard opposition for anybody, even the big boys down south. Another team is Shakhtar Donetsk. They went through against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Shakhtar Donetsk, a Ukrainian side that, if any of you know the Scottish coefficient, Ukraine and Scotland are all going for that same automatic space, so the coefficient as well. So Rangers really need to play better than Shakhtar Donetsk, so a head-to-head could really help Rangers and the Scottish coefficient. Villarreal, they went through to Salzburg last night. Villarreal, a team that Rangers know also. I think we got 2 draws against them, but this Villarreal team's a lot different to the team Rangers played in Gerrard's first season, but this Rangers team is also different to the team that Villarreal played back in Gerrard's first season. So that's so that could be an interesting time. Another one is Young Boys. Young Boys upset Bayer Leverkusen. They ended up winning their tie 6-3 on aggregate, 2-0 last night. Again, Rangers have already played those in the group stages. They did upset Rangers late on one time in the group stage, so that could be another good game for revenge. Dynamo Kiev, another team from Ukraine, so again, another game there. Dynamo Zagreb, this team's from Croatia. Slavia Prague, they upset and knocked out Brendan Rodgers at Leicester. But they're no team to mess around with. I think they nearly beat Chelsea one year. I think the Chelsea the year they won it, they nearly knocked them out. I think it wasn't for David Luiz clearing off the line. The next team that's in there is AC Milan. I mean, never even beat Red Star Belgrade, a team that Celtic know very, very well from this year's competition, but theirs also there. Another team that's in the competition is Olympiacos. They beat PSV Eindhoven 5-4 in aggregate. And the last team to make up the group is Roma. I mean, an Italian royalty as well. So yeah, plenty of teams and oppositions, guys. Who do you want to see your team get? I know there's a lot of Rangers fans. So Rangers fans, let me know who Rangers want in the next round of the competition. Arsenal fans, let me know who you want. Could you want a Rangers versus Arsenal, or Rangers versus Tottenham, or Rangers versus Manchester United? A Battle of Britain style game. That would be mad as well, wouldn't it? But yeah, that's amazing. Kyle says we want to avoid Manchester United and Ajax. I agree with Ajax and Manchester United. They're probably the best teams, I think. I would want to avoid Manchester United, I think. Oh, and sorry guys, I forgot to say as well. Tottenham are also in the last 16 as well. They played on the Wednesday night, but that's another opposition that could be a tough one. Obviously, Tottenham, another team that are favourites, although they are allergic to trophies. Tottenham are. So it could be a good game to play. But I mean, Jose Mourinho, you don't want to underestimate him, especially in his second season, because he's probably going to win a league tie, some sort of trophy this season, whether it's the Europa League, the League Cup, etc., etc. So we'll see what happens. Guys, smash the old like button. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We do a lot of football live streams, mainly Rangers and Celtic ones. However, we are going to be doing Ajax versus PSV this weekend. And we do some English Premier League games as well, so make sure you do like and subscribe, and maybe join in for a live stream one day. That'd be good. Kyle J says we want Arsenal. Glasgow says Tottenham are in and out team. Exactly. Martin Ross says Arsenal v Rangers. John Alexander says I bet we get Olympiacos. I haven't even thought about who we're getting here. Literally, I'm just allowing it to be a surprise because I have no idea. Yeah, I'm just taking it as it comes, I guess. We fear no foe is the motto. I think Rangers are just keep on going against the thing. Sometimes I want a small team, and sometimes I want a big team because I feel like we may be a bit complacent against a smaller side. But we'll see what happens anyway. Let me just stick the old the stream on. Make sure we're ready to go here. Draw short start shortly. Buzzing, guys. Who have Celtic got? Lol, says James Law. Good to see you, Chrissy Ladyweed. Good to see you, Kim. How's you? Good to see. Arsenal. Kim wants Arsenal. No. Well, I can't. I do kind of want Arsenal. I don't know. I think the team I want to avoid is Man United. Nah, no Man United for me, man. I just think when Bruno's at it, that's when Bruno's at it, Man United can be unplayable sometimes. But yeah, for those of you that are just tuning in, I'll give you a list of the teams that could be drawn, or that the last 16 that are in the competition. Ajax, Arsenal, Dynamo Zagreb, Dynamo Kiev, Grenada, Manchester United, AC Milan, Molde, Olympiacos, Rangers, Roma, Shakhtar Donetsk, Slavia Prague, Tottenham, Villarreal, and Young Boys. So some big teams here in the competition. If I've got to think myself, I kind of want Molde or Dynamo Zagreb. I mean, I don't know too much about Dynamo Zagreb. Sorry if I'm being a bit ignorant, but I'm just kind of going off the fact that Croatian, Norwegian. So I'd be game to have one of those two teams, because if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you know that I really do fancy Rangers' chances going far in this competition. So it'd be awesome to see. Alan says, we can take on any, bring it on, no surrender. I'm rough as this morning, says Chris Laurie. Good to see you, Chris. Rough. Kim says, hey Dan, I'm good, thanks buddy. I'm wanting Arsenal. Hopefully I'll get to watch it with my granddad. That'd be fantastic if you were able to. That'd be quite cool. Guys who are just tuning in, make sure you're smashing the old like button. And if you're new, of course, subscribe. We do live streams all the time, mainly for Scottish football and the Scottish teams within Europe. However, we do English Premier League as well. Michael Hoy says, even if we do get Man United, I fancy Rangers. Yeah, I know, I fancy Rangers, of course, but I just want to go as far as we can. Do you know what I mean? And I think the bet, you know, if we can get a Molde or a Dynamo Zagreb, or even a Kiev or a Grenada in the last 16, it really does give you a good opportunity to get into the quarterfinals and then play. And then have your Battle of Britain ties, and then have your bigger glamorous ties as you get further in the competition. The revenue goes up, and yeah, we get closer to the final. Because my understanding, my thinking with this competition is, you get to as soon as you get to the quarterfinal, anything can happen. I mean, in terms of winning, you've seen it back in 2008 with Rangers getting there. You've seen it with Fulham getting to the final. Once you get past that quarterfinal stage, it's about luck, and then it's just about how you play the game. And yeah, anyone in that quarterfinal could really cause an upset and get to a final. And you know, with low league distraction now, the league's wrapped up. By the time we play this tie, the league title, I mean, albeit we'll have 1 point to get, but the league title will be done. So why not have a bit of excitement in our lives and go for Europe? I'd rather go further in Europe than get the Invincibles. That might be a bit controversial, but yeah, I'd rather us go further in Europe than get the Invincibles. I really give it a proper go and try and win the competition. You know, how many minutes until it starts? It's in about 2 minutes. It should the draw should start about 12 o'clock, and they should start pulling names out the hat around just after 12. Gordon Mack says, happy to take Slavia Prague. Mate, I wouldn't underestimate Slavia Prague, mate. They were a few years ago, I think, do you know the year Chelsea won the competition? They were a tough side, big Slavia Prague. English football fans, if you don't know who Rangers are, we're the best team in the world, says Carl J. How many minutes? We are good enough. What time is it there, Dan, mate? It's about 7 o'clock, 7 a.m, mate. So I'm up early to watch the draw, as those you are. 7 a.m, ready to go. Yes, you're right, Dan. Just keep the run going. Yeah, exactly, Michael Roy. And yeah, then prove it. We'll see what happens. Let's go for Molde. Let's go for Dynamo Zagreb. But look, if we get, honestly, I'm going to go on that motto, with fear no foe. I'd rather not get Manchester United, but the rest, look, welcome it. Let's go. Want an English team, says Don Don. Fair play. I'm looking forward to it now, I really am. Listen to Carl J, he knows. Exactly, guys. That's what it's all about. Guys, keep on hitting the old like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're nearly about to go live with the draw. Another 2 minutes or so, and the live draw will be on, guys, and we will be ready to see who the famous Glasgow Rangers get and all the rest of the teams get. You know, I'm looking at Ajax. Ajax are I like Ajax out in the Eredivisie. Like to see how they're doing. Obviously the other English teams as well, to see how they are. Milan, you know, it's a weird one. It's going to be a good one as well, though. But yeah, I mean, AC Milan, not the team they once were. They've kind of gone off form as well. Ronald McDermott says, I'll take AC Milan. Exactly. I mean, AC Milan, if you'd got AC Milan in this competition 15 years ago, this would have been game over. Marge Somerville says, morning Dan, good to see you. Legendary says, 1 or 2 more wins will likely end up in pot 3 Champions League next season. So we'll prefer an easier tie like Molde or Zagreb, but not really worried of many of the teams. Exactly, Legendary PFT. I mean, I think a lot of Rangers fans are not believing their luck that they're this far. I say sod it. Let's get a nice tie. Let's win the next round. Get into the quarterfinals and see who we get from there. I'm not being funny, as I said. I don't want to sound like a broken record player, but the league's done. And by the time we play this tie, the league would pretty much be done. I think we'll be going into the Old Firm. We need a point. I'd rather go to the final of the Europa League or try and get as far as we can in Europe than win the Invincibles. What does Invincibles get you? Don't get me wrong, it's a good achievement, but I'd rather go further in Europe. It's just more interesting. It's more, I'm just more for it, guys. I'm just more for it. We fear no foe, says Ending Ghost. Yes, exactly, Ending Ghost. We do fear no foe, and let's go for it. Here we go. It should be about to start now. Oh Jesus, I feel a bit rough today about it. Not from boozing. I just got a bit of a cold or something like that. Horrible. Come on Ajax, says Nink Jonkman. No surrender, says Chris Laurie. Stephen Forsyth says, good afternoon. Last year we got here and we were unlucky not to go through, says Don Don. Well, we didn't play good enough, and our form when we were in the Europa League domestically was horrendous. So that's we actually punched above our weight after that, because last year in the league, it kind of went Pete Tong after January. Now we're doing well in the league, we're doing well in Europe, so let's just see where we can go. Chris Laurie says COVID, Dan. Well, I mean, no one has a cold these days that COVID's about, do they? No, I think it's because I slept with the AC on. Oh fuck. But the old sniffles. I can't believe Nathan Patterson goal last night, says Carl J. Yeah, it was a good one, wasn't it? It really was a good one. By big Nathan Patterson. I'm not ready to go. Here we go. Here it starts now. The live draw. Here we go. Ready to go here as the intro comes on. Not live, apparently. There we go. Live. Where are we? That's it. Here we go. We are ready for the first one anyway. This is going to be a cracker. Let's find out who Rangers are getting here. Chris Laurie says bad gear. No, mate. No, not gear, bud. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Gordon Max says all the Tims are peeking to see who we get. Pumped out. I mean, let Celtic, maybe this competition might do you well next year. I mean, Rangers will be competing in the Champions League. Maybe you can get to the last 32 next year. Who knows? Build upon it. What were you on, Chris? Says Kim Young. Now I'm ready to go. Here we go, guys. Cracker. Aldo says, honestly, people, indeed. Let's go. Big Alfredo Morelos last night as well was big Romelu Lukaku. I'm sure gave him a bit of a shout out last night. Said that he has great sportsmanship and was through on goal with the goalkeeper and played out when their player was injured, which is quite good sportsmanship from Alfredo Morelos. Doesn't usually do that. But look, good to see Alfredo Morelos getting into the headlines for the right reasons for a change. How are you today, Dan? Mon the Teddy Bears, says Colin McFarlane. No one likes us, we don't care. Exactly, Colin. No, I don't know, man. I'm feeling good, man. It's early doors here. Really early, in fact. No, 7 a.m. But yeah, so excited to see who we get here tonight. This afternoon, sorry. Some tasty ties in there. And there's also some favourable ties. As I said, if you are just joining in, guys, I say let's just go for the easier tie and see where it takes us. But the road to Gdansk starts here. Well, it starts here. We're last 16, guys. The next round, I say anyone can win it out that. But here we go. We are here doing the draw now. And they're also just going to give the intro briefing. and then start pulling the numbers out of the hat. Let's see who we get. Let's see who we get, guys. Come on, last time. Let me know which team you support down in the live chat, guys. Let me know who you want for your team to get. I know there's not just Rangers fans here, as we do cover a lot of Scottish football here on the channel, but I know there's some English teams. Would you fancy Rangers, Man United, Tottenham fans, Arsenal fans? Would you fancy Rangers in the next round, or would you avoid them, or what's the deal with Rangers? Would you want to avoid them, English fans, or not? But here we go. I'm ready for this one. I am ready. Glory, glory, Man United, says Kaylin Murphy. Good to see you, Kaylin. Good to see you. Good to see some different people down there in the live chat. Alan Mawini says Spurs fan. Martin Ross says I'm an Arsenal fan. Nice to see you, Martin. Fair play. Let's see. Kim Young, I didn't, but my age is having words now. We'll probably be last out the hat, says Don. Yeah, probably, mate. Probably. We'll see anyway. After, guys, do stick around once we do pull the names out of the hat, and let's see. I'll preview the team, give you their last sort of results and stuff like that, and see where we stand. Don wants any English team. We are the people. What's up from Kenya, says Mohammed Yusuf. Good to see you, Mohammed. Who do you support, Mohammed? Who are you ready to support? Chris Laurie says we are the people. Yes, Chris. Just waiting for them now. They're just giving the old intro out, but we are live on the Europa League, so the draw should commence anytime soon. I'm just waiting, as I said, for them to start putting the balls into the old hat and pull them out and get ready to go here for the Europa League last 16 tie. Smash the old like button, guys. 7 likes away from 50. Help us out. Colin McFarlane says, we'll take anybody down. We fear no foe. We'll keep the blue flag flying. Exactly, mate. Alan says, want Rangers v Spurs. Fair play, Alan. Every Saturday we follow. We cheer the boys in blue, says Grow Scotland. Good to see some of the Rangers fans tuning in. And if you are a Rangers fan anyway, make sure you do subscribe, as I do a lot of live streams for Rangers. If you're a Celtic fan, peeking just to see who Rangers get, we are doing the Celtic versus Aberdeen game live on Saturday. And if there's any English Premier League fans or Eredivisie fans, then please do subscribe also, as we're going to be starting to do some of them. We've got the PSV versus Ajax derby on Sunday. But they don't make a bit of a arse out of these occasions, do they? They introduce all these players to come pull the names out of the hat, and we're still here waiting for this thing to get started. It says 12 o'clock, but that's when the show starts, I think. But yeah, let's get ready to go. Nick Yonkman says, I think Ajax will face Manchester United. Mohammed Yusuf says, Arsenal, it would be interesting to get Rangers, as well as a very inconsistent, and Rangers are doing well. So it would be an interesting tie, says Mohammed. I agree with that. It would be interesting. However, I think there's a lot of things dragging Rangers and Arsenal together. You know, you've got Tierney. He was so confident, Celtic getting 10 in a row. He'll have to go to Ibrox and play against Rangers. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal's manager, is an ex-Rangers player, said he'll have to return. There's a bit of history there between the two clubs. So I think it would be a good tie. I think it's a bit of a friendly tie. I think Arsenal and Rangers have a bit of a nice history. A lot of Rangers fans like Arsenal, I think, from what I've seen in the live streams and stuff. But yeah, it'll be an interesting tie nonetheless. But I hope Rangers obviously can pump Arsenal. And it would keep everyone quiet from down south if Rangers went out and pumped a Premier League side over 2 legs. So that would be quite good. I bet Rangers at Ibrox against any foe. Bring it on, Man United, says Scotland. Duncan says, wherever we go, we fear no foe. We'll keep the blue flag flying high, says Duncan. Yes, mate. Man United, Spurs and Ajax are the favourites to win the Europa League. Exactly. Where can you watch the draw? Just go on the UEFA Europa League website, mate. What time does it start? It started now. The show started. We're literally just waiting for them to pull the balls out of the hat now. They are ready to go here, guys. I'll give you an update of who gets who right away. But here we go for the first sort of draw it, as it were, as the players are about to pull the names out of the hat. How it usually works, I think the first ball pulled out will be the home team first, and then after that, so there's no seeded teams, I don't think, right now. So I think whoever's pulled out first will play home first, or I might be a bit thinking. Someone else can maybe explain it to me down there. But yeah, either way, let's just see who everybody gets, and they'll sort ties out later on. We'll leave that to the other people. Spurs and Arsenal can have an orgy. Could they play with each other? Alan says 5 stars on the shirt. History is still gleaming. FGAU. Pure Loyalist age is only a guide. Yes, Pure Loyalist. Yeah, man. We need the experience here in the channel, mate. But here, come on, man. Let's get started, guys. Jesus. Let's get started. Here we go. Come on. I think they're just having a bit of banter at the moment, just speaking to each other. Come on, buddy. Let's get ready to go. Now, here we go. Here's the man. Here's the man. Is he going to get ready here? Hakan Yakin, I think, is the man who's going to be pulling the balls out the pot. Why do these cunts yap pish at these things? I don't know, Chris. It's a long old guide, isn't it? We're just waiting for it. I'd like to see 2 English teams face off against each other as well, just to knock some of the big out as well. That'd be quite cool. Come on, man. Even Arsenal versus Man United would be a tasty tie as well. Spurs v Ajax in the final would be crazy. Ajax, yeah, crazy. I mean, you can't not look at Spurs. I mean, as I say, Jose Mourinho's second season, he usually wins a trophy. So that could be thingy. He's I think he's got a 100% record from qualifying from the Champions League. But if his team's ever not been in the Champions League, I think he's won the Europa League. So I think he's been in the Europa League twice. Yeah, sorry. I think he's been in the Rangers. I think he's. Should I say? What am I say? I think he's. I think he's played in the Europa League twice, 2 campaigns, and he's won it both times. So Jose's quite hard to not look by there in terms of the Europa League. Dan, where is the jazz top? Says James Outlaw. In the wash, mate. Stops. We're all ready to go to the wash. It's laundry day, mate. Come on, guys, let's go. Here we go. The first ball is getting pulled out the hat now. Ready to go. Here we go for the first one. The name is being pulled out from the hat here. It's the first team, and it is... it is Ajax. Ajax are the first name pulled out the hat here, guys. Ajax, the first name pulled out of the hat. It is Ajax of Amsterdam. Ajax will play. Don't be Rangers just yet. Ajax versus Young Boys. Oh, tasty tie there. Young Boys. Ajax will play Young Boys. As I said, that was one of my teams that I wanted to avoid, was Ajax of Amsterdam. But there you go. Young Boys versus Ajax versus Young Boys is the first game there in the draw. So Ajax versus Young Boys there, guys. Let me know, Ajax fans, how you're feeling about that stream. One. The second one is Dynamo Kiev from Ukraine. They're going to play. So Dynamo Kiev is the next name out the hat, guys. Dynamo Kiev. They will play. Let's see who Dynamo Kiev have got here. Villarreal. Dynamo Kiev versus Villarreal. There you go there. Dynamo Kiev versus Villarreal. A pretty nice tie there. Kiev, the Ukrainians. But there you go. There's the first 2 ties out of the hat. It's Ajax versus Young Boys and Dynamo Kiev versus Villarreal. Next one out of the hat is AS Roma. Roma is the next one out of the hat here, guys. Roma. And Roma will play Roma versus AS Roma versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Roma, Greece. Olympiacos will play. Olympiacos, one of them teams. They beat. They did beat. Who did they beat? They beat PSV Eindhoven, so no easy draw there. Olympiacos will play Arsenal. Oh, a replay from last year, Arsenal versus Olympiacos, and we won't be getting. They won't be getting Rangers now, but Olympiacos versus Arsenal, a tie where they need to replay from last year, because remember, Olympiacos actually knocked out Arsenal in the last 32 last year, so that's very an interesting tie. Here we go for the next draw though, and it is Granada. Oh no, so it's Dynamo. I think it's Dynamo Zagreb. Versus. Who's this next one? I mean, Manchester United, Tottenham, Rangers all still there in the pot. Dynamo Zagreb will play Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur will get a nice easy tie against Dynamo Zagreb. Triple J Gaming says Rangers are going to go get Spurs. I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. I don't think that's going to happen. Names still in the hat are Rangers, Slavia Prague, Granada, Manchester United, to name a few. So there could still be a chance of an English and Scottish tie, as Manchester United have been pulled out the hat. Could this be the moment where they draw Rangers here? Manchester United versus. I said this was the team for me that I wanted to avoid, and I have a feeling now it's a 1 out of 4 chance that they could get Rangers here. This could be a chance to play in a British tie. Man United will play AC Milan. Oh, what a tie that's going to be. Manchester United versus AC Milan, and Rangers avoid any English team. So there won't be an English team playing Rangers, guys. It is Manchester United versus AC Milan. So Rangers will not get it. There's 4 teams left. There's Granada, Molde, Rangers all left in the pot. Who is this one going to be? Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague have got. So Slavia Prague will play. So Granada, Molde and Rangers. So Slavia Prague are going to play. Who beat Leicester, by the way. Rangers! Rangers will play Slavia Prague in the last 16 of the Europa League there. That's some tie. I mean, against as I said, a Czech Republican side. Slavia Prague did knock out Leicester, remember. So it's no easy tie against this lot. Slavia Prague will play Glasgow Rangers, who knocked out Brendan Rodgers as Leicester. This will be a tough tie, but not as tough as everyone's thinking. But here we go. Let's finish off the draw. Granada, they will play Molde. I mean, that's quite good. That's quite a good tie for Molde and Granada there. Looking at each other, probably fairly confident they could go through. But there you go, guys. Glasgow Rangers will be playing Slavia Prague. Manchester United will be going against AC Milan. Arsenal against Olympiacos. So some big ties there throughout Europe. Manchester United versus AC Milan is tasty. Tasty, guys. Let me know, guys, Rangers fans, what do you think of the tie between Rangers and Slavia Prague? That's it, guys. The draw is done. I mean, Rangers have Slavia Prague, Manchester United have AC Milan, and these games are going to be played on the 11th of March, guys. We'll be live for all the Rangers live streams, so make sure you do tune in for them. But what a tie there. I can't believe Rangers have got Slavia Prague. You know, look, I would take that, but they're no team to be messed around here with. Slavia Prague, they are a decent team. Remember that, you know, they knocked out Leicester City, who are doing ever so well in the Premier League. So look, let's just take it as it comes. But Rangers do have a good chance to get to a quarter-final here this year. I mean, it's good to avoid them sort of big teams, and Manchester United playing Milan, some big teams playing against each other. But that'll be it there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back live tomorrow for Celtic versus Aberdeen. Thank you for sticking by. Look after yourselves. Have a good Friday, and